Bonjour mes petits fromages. It is me, Tim Crofton, and I'm trying something new today. Yeah, I'm trying a YouTuber. For those of you who don't know me, I have been working on a really exciting but quite mad project. I'm trying to cook a single dessert from every single country in the world, and I'm going about it alphabetically. I thought that would be a bit more interesting because it will give kind of greater variety. If you started in one region, you would have changes obviously as you move from country to country, but if you do it by alphabetically, you can find yourself one day in South America, the next in Southeast Asia, and so on. So it shakes things up a lot, and I like the format. Anyway, I've been going at it for quite a bit now, and have made it close to the end of the G's. Today I'm going to be doing Grenada or Grenada. I think Grenada is the English pronunciation, Grenada is the American pronunciation. I'm a bit conflicted that way because I speak English, obviously. I speak Canadian, and I also speak New Mexican, which is where I am today. I'm in Albuquerque. And so whilst I sound very plummy in English, you will find that my vocab is decidedly messed up. Anyway, getting back to Grenada. I'm making Grenada today. Tomorrow I will be making Guadalupe in the Caribbean, so 2 Caribbeans in a row. Then I'm going to Guatemala, then over to Africa, Guinea and Guinea-Bissau, and finally Guyana in South America. So as I say, always different. I try and cook. Well, I usually cook 4 desserts a week, and sometimes when things get busy, I don't do that much. Anyway, I just wanted to get you up to speed on what it is I'm all about. I mean, the reason I started this project is because over the years I've had the great pleasure of working with young people from all over the world, and as a teacher, and one of the things that we always used to love to do was to cook, because there is nothing that connects people, I don't think, quicker than talking about food from home. You're also somewhat of an expert, particularly when you're speaking to other people from around the world. And so wherever I taught, I would always set up a cooking club, and we would always have great adventures. And so this project started off as a way to reconnect with some of those old students. And so what you'll find as we carry on going through the alphabet, only about 150 more to go, but as we go through the alphabet, what I always like to do is get a recipe, if I can, from an old student. Today I'm lucky enough to do that. In fact, I'm doing a double whammy today for Grenada. I'm going to do an ice cream that was suggested by Darcy, and it is a nutmeg ice cream. I hadn't really thought about it, but apparently Grenada is known for its spices, which I'm assuming, I'm not trying to be intellectual or anything, but I'm assuming came over from the Dutch East Indies, because I thought nutmeg was just particular to one set of tiny islands in the Dutch East Indies, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So I'm going to make a nutmeg ice cream, and I'll do that first. And then after that, Aubrey, an old student from Montezuma, has very kindly suggested a sweet potato pone. I think it's pone, or it might be pone, P-O-N-E. It's going to, if it's anything like the Cayman Island recipe she suggests, it's going to be muy bien, molto bene, bellissimo. So, okay, enough chat. Let's get cooking on this ice cream. I love ice cream. When the kids were growing up, we used to make ice cream 2 or 3 times a week because it's so bleeding easy, right? All you need is one of those Donvier churners. If you're flashy, you can get one of the electrical ones. It's not really necessary. And you can whip up the tastiest ice cream in 3 seconds flat. Well, bit more than that, but certainly very quickly. I made one the other day for the kid. We've got rhubarb growing in the garden, and I made a rhubarb strawberry crisp ice cream. So I kind of put butter and oats and brown sugar and smushed them all together and then turned it into a nice, holy mother of Yahweh, it was unspeakably good. I wish the rhubarb would grow more quickly. I'm chatting too much and there's no one to tell me to shut up. So I'm going to focus and I'm going to get going on this ice cream. Okay, so first things first, this is going to be a custard ice cream. So custard, obviously eggs. So I'm just going to get the, what do you call it? The milk and the cream together. So a cup and a half in imperial. I realise I'm going to be conflicted here. In fluid ounces, that is 12 fluid ounces of each, if I remember correctly. So cream, and here's some milky, cup and a half of each of these, and hopefully I've got enough milk in here to give me a cup and a half. Woo! Nearly. Oh, look, I love it when it does that. When you've just got a tiny bit, but it's perfect for what you need. Perfect milk, bye-bye milk jug. It's been a slice. I'm tossing you in recycling, which is over here as I go off. Maybe I'll just give you a very quick tour. So the oven is right here. So if I'm going off here, I'm going to the oven. Woo! I walked into the oven. Obviously there's the sink, the fridge is here. I think you can probably see me going in here. And then there's other stuff over here, but I'm probably not going to go there that much. Okay, perfect cup and a half of milky hoo-ha. And then I'm going to put some whipping cream in. You never want, with ice cream, it's a mistake to have too much fat. If you put too much fat in it, what happens is it kind of becomes buttery. And you get that horrible feeling of oiliness on the top of your palate. So whilst it might seem more unctuous and divine if you cook with pure whipping cream, it's a mistake. You have to thin it out a little bit, I find. Hopefully there's some people out in Cyberland that can tell me I'm talking out of my ear, but I've made a few ice creams in my time, I have. I know what I'm doing. I'm not BSing you. Okay, so here's the milky. Sorry, the creamy, beg your parsnips. There we go. And I am now going to heat that up. There it is. I'm not going to heat it up too quickly, but as that's heating up, I'm going to mix together the other ingredients. So we'll get rid of that, bung that in the I'm going to have to go off screen for a bit just to get a bowl. Here it comes. La-di-do. What shall I do? Yeah, I think that's a good bowl. Sorry about the clanking. That always makes Melissa laugh when I clank around in the pots and pans. So I need, what am I doing? Okay, so I'm putting 3 eggs in here. Sometimes a recipe will ask you to separate the eggs, so you just use the yolk. This one, it's not, so I'm just doing as I'm told. So there's 1 here, into the composty, 2 here, oh, that's a rude word in my family, 2 here, I should just say 2, and 3. Bravo, lovely jubbly. Then I always like to tidy up as I go along. I don't know about you. Oh, he says that, throwing a bit of crap into the eggs. Yeah, I like cleaned eggs. And I don't like cleaning up at the very end. So there you go. I need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So let's do that over here. Sugar's over here. And I'm saying that's 3/4 of a cup. It's not going to kill anybody if it's a little bit less, a little bit more. So just slap it in. And then I want a little bit of salt. It says 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's about 1/8. And then I'm putting in a little bit of, all my spices are down here, all my nice stuff. I've got quite a nice vanilla here. It needs 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Ooh, hadn't even opened it. Not doing that very delicately. There we go. Oh, good Lord. So, and that, so a teaspoonful of that. That'll do us, I think. I always go a little bit more. It's a bit decadent. I just love vanilla. And then finally, oh, now this is where some serious foodies might groan and moan, because the recipe, which is I think authentically Grenadan, suggests that I have to use a nutmeg berry and grate that. I'm a bad boy. I've only got ready ground, so I am going to put in the equivalent of a berry's worth. You know, I don't know if this is an urban myth. It could well be, but I remember growing up being told that nutmeg is toxic in large doses, and if you ate too much all at once, which I don't know why you'd ever want to do that, it can really I don't know if it can kill you, but it can certainly do nasty things to you. So I guess I'll eat the ice cream and see what happens. So what I'm doing here, just whipping up all those ingredients, whilst the milk, looks like the milk and cream is getting close, and yeah, give it a good whippy. So today is a big day for me, because I was given a brand new super duper KitchenAid. I have a little one over in the corner which has served me unbelievably well all the way up to G. But Melissa very sweetly found a bargain on the internet and bought me that. But on the same day that it arrived, I went to a thrift store and found a brand new ice cream attachment for it, and I bought it for $4. $4 bleeding bucks. So anyway, I haven't used it yet, so I thought I'd make an ass of myself and do it today. So stand by, something awful could well happen. Okay, I think this is milk is getting good. I'm told that I need to make sure it is up to 170. Oh, no, I'm not. Whisk high. Okay, so I'm going to transform this over here, and then I'm going to start adding my mixture to the milk, and whiskey. So the sugar grains can melt a bit. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at you! Oh, num. Bueno. Getting close. Sorry, I'm not talking. This is me concentrating. Can't do 2 things at once. It's a bit useless that way. Okay, here we go. Nearly there, and done. Oh, that looks good, and blimey, it smells good too. Okay, so supposedly I need to get this up to 175, otherwise I turn into something dodgy. I don't know what. Can I see it? Oh, there you go. All right. Got hundreds of these thermometers. They're always on sale at thrift stores too, and they only cost